Hey, welcome back. So in this video, as you can see here on both of our page 1 and page 2, all of our work has been mostly created. We have added the visualizations. Now let's work on these dynamic buttons which we have added in our report and how we can use them for our end users, on how we can create them for our end users. So these icons, as I've told you, we have created in our PowerPoint. Now these Now the combination of these three things, the selection pen, the bookmarks pen, now the combination of these two things, which is the selection pen and the bookmark pen, is is very deadly. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you that is because if you understand the right concepts and the right way to use these two things together, you can do a lot of work, a lot of things, to make your report much more dynamic over time as you practice the bookmarking feature of Power BI. So let's see how we can first create this kind of dynamic dynamic table in our report. So the basic concept here is, when we click on the one button, so the basic concept here is there are two tables overlapped one over the other. Similarly, there are two icons here and two icons here which are overlapped one over the other. But all we are doing here is, when we click on any one single button, we are just showing the required objects in the report which are needed, and we are hiding the rest of them. Okay, that's the sole concept of using the bookmarks and selection pen to create these kind of buttons. So let's first talk about this by customers. So what this by customers is doing is, it is hiding our other table which is being created. So all you need to do here is first create this first table, okay, which is of customers, which is named as total sales and quantity. Similarly, create another table which is also the same, but it is having the product level of details, and which is this one. Okay, so we have these two tables available here. Now all we need to do here is, in our default view, we have to make sure that the second table is hidden. Okay, so this is our first table. Make sure that this visual is not hidden. But as you can see here, I have hidden the other table. As you can see here, there is another table lying on top of it, but I have kept it hidden right there so that only one table is visible when this one is shown as highlighted. Okay, so that's the first thing. Once this is done, just make sure just make sure that you add a bookmark. In my case, I have named this one as customer, and just up, add this bookmark right there. Similarly, all you need to do is just do an similarly now all you need to do is just do the opposite of it. So what we need to do is just turn this off and turn the other table on. All right, and once that is on, just make sure that you do appropriate formatting. Just make sure the other one is turned on, and once that is on as well, you have to make sure that this one is hidden. Okay, these two, both of them should be hidden. So we have to turn both of them off, and we have to turn the other two on, just like that. So you might find a little bit of difficulty initially while you're practicing to find out which are the objects which I need to turn on, which I have to turn off. But just remember those so that you understand which you have to turn on and turn off. I would also recommend that if you get a bit confused here, feel free to again go back and see this specific section of this lecture again, so that you are clear in your head of what exactly you need to do to make this toggle work. So now that we have this kind of setup place, just add another bookmark named as product, right? So once that is done, what this will do is, the customer bookmark which you have created, just make sure that once the customer is created, the other two are hidden. Okay, and once the product is created, the remaining two are hidden. And for that, all you need to do is first have all the objects on lying on top of the one another. And the best way to have the objects lie on top of one another is select the object, go to general, go to properties, and make sure that the height and width of both the objects are exactly the same, so that it will be easier. When you toggle between them, it will look like that you are actually toggling between the buttons right there. Okay, so just make sure that is in place, and have all the objects on top of one another. And then for the first visual, make sure that the other visuals are kept hidden like this and like this. And for the second view, once you create the second bookmark, make sure that the other objects are made hidden just like this. And once that is done, you have a very good toggle button right in place. Now all you need to do is just assign these images the action to toggle as per your requirement. So like for this one, because this will turn my product table to customer table, so I've given this as bookmark customer. So I can click on it, and similarly this will turn it to my product, so I've given this bookmark as product. And just like that, a very good and dynamic toggle button is created for me. So if you are practicing bookmark for the first time, I would really think that this might get a little bit confusing, but I would suggest that please keep practicing. This is a very good feature, if you get it all right in your head. And always remember, I'm always there, throughout your journey of learning this. Feel free to message me, and I would try my best to respond to you as quickly as possible and help you understand, if in case if you get stuck anywhere. If not, bingo, you have done a great job in understanding the bookmarks. So that's all what we have for this lecture. In the next lecture, we will be finalizing the other set of bookmarks which we have created, and we'll be trying to finalize our sales report as well. So thank you so much for joining in, and we'll meet in the next one.